What up, y'all? It's your girl, Joe Lamo, and I'm back with another For Your Mother. So, today is where I tell about what happened in 2021 and where I went wrong in 2021. And honestly, it's a whole lot. So, I'm just gonna get right into it. As you can see, I mean business when I did this video, because ain't no little cute little montage at the beginning, ain't no intro, ain't no outro, ain't none of. We just getting to the start of 2021. January 2021, me and my ex now, who wasn't my ex then, broke up. So he became my ex at the beginning of 2021, like within the first week of January. As far as me being excited about the new year and stuff like that, I was not even excited about 2021. It just like kind of came and then all of a sudden it was there. Like, I remember I was in the process of doing these really cute butterfly locks. I didn't even finish these before New Year's Day. Like, I was supposed to be done. Like, I was supposed to be cute on New Year's Day. So on New Year's Day, I ended up having on a hat and stuff like that. And like, me and my friends, we just got drunk out of our minds, basically. That's what happened. And we went to sleep in my room and woke up, and that was it. Like, really, it was like real small, like, child. Anyways, so yeah, me and the old dude broke up. And I don't know, that made me a little more excited for 2021 because I don't know, I just like us breaking up, I just felt free. Like, I was expecting it, like I was ready for it. Like, it's nothing against him as a person. It's just that, like, I don't know, like, he started moving funny. And you know, like, when your dude start moving funny, you like, oh, we finna break up. And so I was just waiting on that. I was just ready for it. Like, come on now. Come on with the come on. And then it finally happened. And I was, like, in the car playing my favorite album, Babes. I was teed up. And I was like, here's your stuff back. Pulled up on the homeboy house, because he was at his homeboy house, y'all. I pulled up and I gave him his stuff back. That was really funny. Like, because he thought I was mad for some reason. No, sir. I'm actually relieved. Like, that's the best way I can describe the feeling. It was relief. I didn't want it to drag and be forced, you know? So, like, I don't know. I just was relieved. It was just best for me to just stop that. I don't know. When I went back to school, you know, I had already been in a bad habit of staying in my room a lot too much, like way too much. Like, first of all, my room was like a corner. And then, like, it was just tight and small, and I just be bottled up in that room for so long. But then I had two friends there, so it was cool. But then one of my friends got sick right before we was about to go home, so she didn't come back. So it was just me and the other friend. And girl, when I tell you, we was up in that room. Like, we was up in the room, like 25/8. Like, she was in her room, which was right next door to my room, and I was in my room, door closed, locked, just in my room. And I would go I sunk into a depression. I would go days without eating, stuff like that. Like, child, I didn't even feel like, most days, I didn't even feel like getting up to take a shower. Not to mention, this was my freshman year still. So this was my second semester of my freshman year. So it was still like deep, like pandemic style classing. Like, so we was on Zoom class. Like, I only had one class that I actually went to in person. And with that class, it was only every 2 weeks because it was our lab, and it was because we were split into groups or whatever. So it was two labs. I had a bio lab and a chemistry lab because I took biology and chemistry both that semester. And when I tell you, I almost failed both of those classes. So I just had to like apply myself and actually get in the mood to do my work. And that's what I did before the semester ended. So I passed the classes. But yeah. Anyways, I passed my little classes and I came home, thank God, because I don't know how much longer I could stay there without losing my mind. I don't know. I just didn't like being away from my family that long and just isolated by myself. Like, it would have been different if I had like a whole group of friends. We were going out and having fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like pre-pandemic schooling, but it was mid-pandemic schooling. So I just got into this funk. Like, I got into a funk. Like, it wasn't nobody I was talking to every day or anything. Like, dang, like, anyways, all that happened. Y'all, I took notes. I wrote down notes for this. Summertime. That 2021 was like one of the best summers I've ever had, dude. I'm not gonna say it's just the best because I don't remember all the other summers, but I just know that was one of the best, definitely. I went on a trip with some people, basically, and we just spent the night in PCB. Like, that's it, that's all. It was like the weekend, it was 4th of July weekend, so but we had fun there. And I don't know, I was working, I was making money, then it was this party, hashtag Henny Splash. What was that, part 3, part 4? I don't know. I know I've been to all the Henny Splashes and they all been lit, well, except for this one. Except for the past one, but I went and I was looking good, okay? I think part of the reason why I enjoyed this summer so much was because I was looking good and we finally got vaccine. Like, as soon as I came home, I got vaccinated. Like, so I was like, oh my God, I'm back outside. Oh, yes. I had a good summer. So now summer is over and it's time to go back to school. Tell me why. This is the TMI part, okay, guys? So tell me why my cycle goes off 14 days before I get to campus. So I'm thinking, okay, my first week of campus, I'm gonna be off, so I'm gonna be able to go outside and meet new people and stuff like that. And because, you know, one thing about me, I do not like being outside when I'm on my cycle. Like, I don't. I just hate that so much. Like, I'm that person, if I'm gonna be in my room. I'll catch y'all on the flip. Like, I'll go out sometimes, you know, and if it's just something that I just feel like I just absolutely cannot miss, you know, that's one thing. But I don't want to just be out all the time, you know. Honey, please explain to me as to why 14 days later, I was at school, and 14 days later, my cycle came back on. And then explain to me furthermore as to why it stayed on until September the 23rd, y'all. That is over a month. Girl, I thought I was gonna need a blood transfusion. I was cramping so bad. Then at one point, I was throwing up. Like, girl, it was giving pregnancy symptoms instead of a period. But I was on my period, and it was like on and on and on and on and on, like, type thing. Like, it was just terrible, okay? To say the least, it was terrible. I didn't care at first because, okay, this isn't supposed to be on right now, but it hadn't lasted that long yet. And mind you, one of the girls that I went to PCB with goes to Bama. So she had an apartment, and so me and her was hanging out. Me, her, and her roommate was hanging out, girl. And, like, we was having fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't, like, together 25/8, but we was together enough to where I was having fun. Like, I was getting out of the house, but I was in the house, but I was getting out of the house, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was real nice. I went to a couple of big events, things of that nature. It was, like, just fun. I was just having fun. It was just good vibes, good times, you know what I'm saying? I was going out by myself when did nobody else want to go out, and I had fun by myself. Like, I was doing good. And it was just like, I remember, like, getting there and moving in. I don't know, maybe it was because this year my room was cool. Like, I live in an apartment type of room now, and 3 people, it's like a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, kitchenette, living room type of situation. Like, it's an apartment, but it's on campus, but it's an apartment though. It's really cool, but maybe it's because the rooming experience that I experienced before was trash. It was just trash, okay? To say the least, it was trash. So, yeah, we ended up, I don't know, I ended up feeling like I was supposed to be there. I was like, I'm supposed to be here. And then I thought it was a good thing. I thought that meant something good. And I'm not saying that it doesn't mean something good, because obviously something good is about to come out of it. As you can see, I'm posting videos back to back. Like, obviously something good gotta come out of it. You know what I'm saying? But honey, it wasn't good. It went downhill. Baby, at first I was turning in every assignment on time. I was doing my thug thizzle with this school stuff. Like, I was doing good. Okay, baby, come September, and my cycle was still on. And I stopped feeling like going to class type thing. Like, I was cramping real bad. Like, I didn't even want to walk into class. I was driving to class, but then I was still cramping in class. And then I just hated class. And then I was sitting up in that chemistry room looking at my teacher like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, because for some reason, like, I don't know. Like I said, I have a hard time focusing, guys. So it was hard for me to focus on him. So towards the end, I kind of figured out how I could learn. Like, I learned one little thing. I learned how to do something in that class. I learned how to do something in that class. So I realized this is how you need to learn. September, I was still on, and it was just like, I just got into a depression. I don't know whether it be me being away from my family for so long, or like, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was like me realizing that, hey, you actually have to readjust, because you're used to Zoom classes. Like, you're used to rolling over and then you're in class. No, you have to get up and go, like, every single day. And you have not done this since high school. And you've been out of high school a complete whole entire year, plus some change now. I don't know. It was a lot. Having to adjust was a lot. And then it's just like, you have to be like, in college, that's what people don't understand. They don't tell you. There's nobody there encouraging you. There's nobody there to like constantly make sure that you're doing your stuff. You know what I'm saying? A constant reminder. It's just like that. Like, it's just that it is what it is. And my friends, they was trying, but baby, I just didn't care no more. Like, I just was through. Like, I was like, I'm ready to go home. Like, that's where I was at the end of the semester, ready to go home. Like, so serious. But yeah, I thought I was gonna regain my motivation over Thanksgiving break. Thanksgiving break comes along, I finally get to go home. Yay, I get a break. It did nothing for me. It did nothing for me. Like, it just didn't give what it was supposed to have gave. Thanksgiving didn't hit like I thought it was gonna hit. And so to finish off the semester, I had 2 F's, a D, and an A. Yeah, but them, and instead of me dropping, I don't know why I didn't just drop one class, but really drop 3 classes. Like, drop 2 classes. I'm gonna have to drop 2 to 3 classes. 2 to 3 classes. But instead, I was just in depression, ready to go home, not caring nothing about nothing. Like, I just completely stopped caring. I was like, this is not it. This is not what I thought it was gonna be. This is not what I signed up for. And I just don't even know what was wrong with me. Like, it was just like terrible feeling. I can't even describe it. I haven't been able to put it into words. But depression about sums it up. Like, but it was a different type of depression. It wasn't like the type of depression where I'm sad all the time. It was the type of depression where I would like, I'm sorry, cause like, Mom, probably you're watching this. I'm sorry, but Mom, I got drunk every day to cope. It was just like, I feel bad, so I'm gonna get drunk so I don't feel bad anymore type of thing. I don't feel bad anymore, so I don't have to drink, but I drink when it's time to party. Yeah. Anyways, these are my theories as to what went wrong. Aside from the depression, because, you know, I done been depressed before, but it didn't affect my grades. You know what I'm saying? I still did what I needed to do. I got stuff done, you know. Back then, I was a busy person, though. And so I think me being alone a lot with my thoughts, it just was bad. And, like, I'm not being able to manage my free time, like me not having anything to do, no extracurriculars, just school. Like, it was just terrible, me trying to get out of a depression, and it was just me, like, all the time. Because, you know, like, without something to just take your mind off of it for a moment, you just gonna be dwelling on it. And me dwelling on it don't get me through it. It get me deeper into it. And it just was bad. Childhood trauma. I wrote this and I quote, childhood traumas leading to the mindset that allowed me to allow myself to fail. What I mean by that is, me growing up, I don't know what it was, but people used to like pick on me. Like, it's not funny. It is not funny. Like, it was like, I don't know why I'm laughing. This is sad. Okay. I don't know. They just treated me like I was the bottom of the barrel. Like, they just hung out with me just because, not because they was friends. Like, I only had like one real friend, like for real, if I'm being honest with you. And then she decided to move to Florida when we got to middle school, but that's okay because I made new real friends. Thank God. Because in 2022, I just need to get everything off my chest, y'all. Like, I just feel like I've been bottling so long. I got to get stuff off my chest. Like, this is my outlet. Y'all my people, okay? But I'm supposed to be telling y'all what happened, okay? And as a child, I got picked on, and I was like ugly friend and all that type of stuff. And it was just like dudes like me, but then they would like want to talk to me, but then they would like be like, shh, don't tell nobody, because it was embarrassing to talk to me. But I was a cool person though, so and I wasn't even ugly. Well, in relation to, I feel like everybody was ugly back then. Like, what are you saying? Like, I don't know. And so me being, well, maybe I wasn't ugly. Maybe people just treated me like trash. I got picked on. I was bullied, all that type of stuff. Like, and it wasn't just terrible. It wasn't just the worst thing ever. I didn't come home every day crying myself to sleep. But it was just like, I kind of did want a different life when I was a little kid. I really did. And that sucks that I wanted to be somebody else. But yeah, I grew into myself, and now you couldn't convince me. You couldn't pay me. You couldn't, yeah, there's nothing you could do, give me, say to convince me to change who I am, because I've been pressure forever. And I'm going to remain pressure, okay? And if you can't handle the pressure, stay away from me, okay? But yeah, so all of that was going on. And when I would do well at things, people would always like have something to say. Like they would like turn their nose up and downplay it. And it was just like me, I did not fit in. Like I wanted to fit in so bad that like I would do certain things that weren't in my character in order to fit in. And it still didn't work, y'all. So never try to fit in, because it don't matter what you do. You can't please these folks. Just please yourself. Jesus Christ, y'all. Oh, I was so young back then, y'all. This is like elementary school. Ooh, child. And it was just like the fact that people didn't want to see me doing well, it just kind of made me like shy to do well. Like it kind of like, if somebody tells you something enough, you start to believe it. And I love my support system, because I do have a good, strong support system. Like my family, they have always been my rock, and I just would not be anybody without my family, like literally anybody. But they always made me feel better. I always loved to be around them, because around them I was top dog. I was top dog with my family. I didn't even have to worry about none of that. But I couldn't appreciate that then, because I was just too busy trying to please the other folks that didn't matter. Folks that I'm going to know for like a couple of years, grow up, get rich, and forget who the... Anyways. People that's going to grow up and a couple of years later, while we in high school, be in my phone, trying to be my friend, trying to be my man, trying to be... it wasn't worth it. I wasted my childhood, y'all. Anyways, so... I just didn't appreciate that enough, but I do now. It didn't matter what they said. I went off what they said, and I was listening to what they were saying so much, and I kept letting that replay in my head so much that I started to believe it. Like, I started to believe that I couldn't do certain things, and like that it was bad for me to do certain things. And yeah, it just got all the way up into high school to when literally I made 1B on the test in my 9th grade history class, because people was real life hating on me, y'all. Let me tell y'all what they used to do to me. I made A's on every one of his tests because it was memorization. And I would literally sit at home and study, sitting on the toilet for like 15 minutes and go in and make an A on the test, because I'm that good at memorizing things. I don't know why I can memorize so well, but I do, and I can. So I used to make A's on Coach Massey's test. That was my history teacher in 9th grade. We would go to lunch prior to taking the test. So we had one of them classes where you go into class, then you leave class, go to lunch, then come back to class type of class. So where lunch was dead in the middle of your class. So at lunch, I was like stressing about one test, because I was like, I don't think I studied that good last night. Child, they was like, you know you gonna make an A. Duh, ah. Like, they was like down my throat. Yeah, they was down my throat. Because I was stressing. So I went in there, you know what I did? I made an A. Y'all, then we had one test. I made 100 on 2 of this man's tests. And anytime we made an A on a test, he would give us an airhead. I made him 100 and on 2 of his tests, and I got 2 airheads those days. And one time, I was the only person in the whole entire class that made 100. And he was like, he like did this big announcement about it. And like, he was like, one person made it 100. They were like, it was Jordan. Like, people rolling their eyes and smacking their lips at me, y'all. I'm over there like,
please don't say my name. Please don't say my name. Darla.
The man said, Jordan. So that went down. And a test later, I made a couple of tests later, I made my first B I ever made on one of his tests. And I did it on purpose, so that he would not call my name out loud again because of the reactions that I got when he called my name out. Do you know how terrible that is? Do you know how psychologically messed up I was? Like, oh my gosh. Who told me that that was okay? Because these hating ninth graders, little children, barely teenagers, just hit puberty. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I was going through changes like the people off Big Mouth, I guess, because I was going crazy at that point. I had to been going crazy, but yeah. I became, if you ever thought I was mean, it's because the children made me mean, guys. They made me mean. I would be mean to like fit in or to like make people not mess with me, and it just to no avail. I was focusing on tasks instead of Christ. It's either Psalm chapters 105 verse 4 or Luke chapter 10 verses 39 through 42, or both of them put together. I don't know when. I think it's both of them put together, but I don't know when one starts and where the other one ends. So I'm just going to read it, okay? It says, relax in my healing presence. As you spend time with me, your thoughts tend to jump ahead to today's plans and problems. Bring your mind back to me for refreshment and renewal. Let the light of my presence soak into you as you focus your thoughts on me. Thus, I equip you to face whatever the day brings. This sacrifice of time pleases me and strengthens you. Do not skimp on our time together. Resist the clamor of tasks waiting to be done. You have chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from you. That was Jesus speaking, if you didn't know. Listen to Jesus when he speaks, basically. So yeah, I was like, when I came in, you know, I was writing stuff down in my planner and stuff like that. I was just like focused on planning and planning and planning. And like, I tried, like, one of my goals was to like, for the semester was to grow my relationship with Christ, but I wasn't spending enough time with Christ. Like, I always had something to do. Like, it was always task this, task that, me not knowing how I was going to get everything done, and then have enough time to hang out, and then have enough time to binge watch whatever show I was binge watching on Netflix at the time. Yeah. Seeing myself not doing well after trying, and then me not trying any longer, because for one, I'm fed up. Two, like, I just don't know, like, I'm depressed, I'm fed up, and it was just a lot going on, and I just didn't believe that I could pass the classes that I was struggling in. So yeah, now I believe I can. Now you can't tell me that I can't pass these classes, because I ain't stupid. I've been book smart. I've been book smart my whole life, but I convinced myself that I wasn't smart, that I was just good at school. The childhood trauma was deep. Oh, we are so happy that we're growing. I don't know why it took me failing 3 classes to boss up, but it took all of that. And sweetheart, let me tell you something. I think it's because of the fact that I simply just have never. I could never, but I did. I never imagined myself even having to drop a class, let alone getting through it and done failed. What? Drake? What?
What? Are you kidding me?
Y'all, it was beyond me. But yeah, this come up is gonna be beyond y'all. So y'all just wait on it. I owe myself so much. I owe myself for the time I made a B in 9th grade because I was tired of people smacking their lips at me. I'm finna cry, y'all. I owe myself for the time when people would say things and I wouldn't say nothing back. I owe myself for the time people was throwing books at me. They threw books. And I did nothing. I owe myself for all of that. All of that. I wasn't scary. I just convinced myself that I deserved it. I convinced myself that I was the one that did wrong. I convinced myself that I was unlikable. And that if I just didn't like somebody, I would do the same thing. But I convinced myself that I could change myself to please people. I convinced myself all types of crazy, just absolutely outrageous things. And the fact that I've been on this earth since 2002 and then it's 2022 and then I'm just now getting to the point to where I don't seek outside validation, bro. It's bad. It's really bad. I was faking it and at home, and so nobody ever knew how I really felt, what was really happening. I feel like I needed that. I needed to get all that off my chest. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video and listening. This year, remember, we are focusing on Christ instead of the task because he's going to help us get things done. Remember, I'm sorry, I'm about to drop an F-bomb. Fuck with them kids saying, when anybody is saying negative to you, you let God tell you who you are, not some little stupid snot-nosed kids. You never need outside validation. If you want to look for outside validation, look to God. Let what you do be pleasing in his sight, not these little kids, because they gonna send you to hell. Because they almost sent me to hell because I almost harbor hate in my heart. But, and then the worst part about it was that the hate wasn't even gonna be towards them. The hate was towards myself. It was towards myself. Y'all. Anyways, thanks so much for listening to me vent and get things off my chest and tell y'all finally what happened in 2021 and why after the summertime, those 2 videos that I uploaded were in the summertime. After the summertime, you didn't see me anymore and all of that good stuff. Later, gators, after a while, crocodiles. Mwah.